Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm going to do my makeup for an interview I have today. And so this is really any kind of look that you can do for any kind of work, interview appropriate kind of situation. Some nice easy makeup that you can do that's not too long to do and not too much so that you're not wearing too much makeup, but you can still wear the makeup that you want. So if that's something you're interested in, keep watching. We'll get him falling for a stranger, to start off, I'm going to use a primer. As always, you should always be using a primer. This one is the Tea Tree Pore Minimizer by The Body Shop. I've been having skin issues lately. This is just the primer that's going to work for me the best right now, but you can obviously use any kind of primer that you want or need to use. While I let that soak in, I'm going to use some lip balm since I'm going to be wearing a lip color. This one is getting really down to the pot. This is the Soft Lips Lip Cube. Just going to apply that with my finger. I hated playing with the lip balm with my finger, but it's like literally gone. So you gotta do what you gotta do. So then next, we're going to work on the eyes before we do the face makeup. So that just in case we don't get any fallout, although I think we are going to be using all matte shadows today. This is the Mika Beauty Cosmetics Eye Primer. Just a simple eye primer, it looks like that. So I'm just gonna apply this to my eyelids, and where else would I put it? And I will zoom in a second. Just lay that down. You know, really make sure that you spread it out, because if you're putting too much eye primer on, you will experience creasing as like a result. So just make sure that when you put your eye primer on, you're not like gobbing it on and you're spreading it out evenly. Alright, hello, welcome to my face. For this look, for the job interview that I'm going to use all matte shadows, and I'm going to be using the Naked 3 palette and then one Makeup Geek eyeshadow. This is Beaches and Cream by Makeup Geek. So I'm going to go ahead and set my eye primer with that. That is like kind of like a transition shade, and also kind of just to set the primer so that it doesn't move around on me, and so that when I go to blend it will be a lot easier. So just a really quick little, doesn't really change the color by much. I'm pretty pale, so it changes the color a little bit on me, but not a ton. I really want to try ABC Gum by Urban Decay. That's supposed to be a really good one. So I'm going to take, this is the Naked 3 palette. I'm going to take Nooner and put it in my crease. This is just a really soft, kind of taupey kind of crease color that you can use, and it's just really, it's matte and it's just easy to work with. So I'm going to take that on a kind of like a blending crease brush. Just work that right under the crease. And this is makeup, this is eye makeup that really you could do in the morning before work, before, you know, it's just kind of easy. It's kind of easy, and it's really kind of like no thought process, so it's really nice. So I kind of place it around the outer corner, and then I start to focus it in. Some windshield wiper stuff, and now see, that is our little crease color. That's looking good. Now we're gonna take another brush. This is just kind of like an angled shader brush, and I'm gonna take the color Limit here, another matte one, and just place it kind of like on the outer third of the eye, just to kind of bring in some of that color. It's not as dark as Nooner, but it's still darker than the color I'm going to use next. So very pretty, very soft, very subtle, and not a big deal at all. And then finally, we are going to take Strange. And this is the only one that might be more of a satin than a matte, but that's really okay because it's for the inner part of your eye, and that's, you know, more acceptable. So tap off the fallout a little bit and just start popping that in there. It's really gonna make you look more awake and more present, not like you're half asleep. Oops. And if you mess up, you can just fix it. It's so easy. It's so easy. So then take it, tap off the excess just to make sure, and just start popping that in. Pop it, pop it, pop it. And I don't usually do a brow bone highlight, but I would definitely suggest using a matte one if you're going to do a brow bone highlight. But for now, that is it for the eyeshadow. Or, well, that is it for the eyeshadow, period. Not just for now. So for liner, it's pretty important to do kind of just like a chill liner. Like, you don't need to be pulling out the crazy wing or anything like that when you're doing a job interview eyeliner. So I'm just gonna kind of line the lash line here. And I'm not going to go all the way in because that's not really necessary, but you can go all the way in if you want to. Just make sure that's... Oh shit. Perfect. Do the other one. I usually start from the middle. Sorry, I'm a little hoarse right now. Start from the middle and then come out to the end, the outer corner end. Get that bit not line down, pin down, and then start to go in smaller strokes from the inner part of my eye. And perfect. I have a little bit of like uneven eyelids, so sometimes even if I get my eyeliner a little uneven, it's okay because I kind of have uneven eyelids, uneven creases. That was the Physicians Formula Eye Booster in Ultra Black. I meant to say that. So then I'm just gonna quickly take the next Jumbo Pencil in Milk. I actually sharpened mine just recently. What a revelation. I'm going to take this just a little bit in the inner corner just to pop that highlight even a little bit more and make us look even more awake. And then I'm going to take it into the waterline as well, and I'm going to blend that out so it's not so harsh. So we're not looking crazy kawaii up in the office. So see, there you go. It's not as harsh, but it's still there. You could do the same thing with the white. I'm having really bad allergies lately, so if my eyes are a little bit red, which they kind of are, my apologies. So now I'm going to wait and do the rest of my, well, do the mascara until after I've done all the foundation and that as such. So I'm going to start for my foundation today. Ooh, shake it. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. This is in shade 101, which is Classic Ivory. I think with the work kind of makeup, it's good to go more matte than like dewy, just because it looks a little more professional in my opinion. So I'm just gonna apply this on like I normally would. Just go one area at a time. Little fangs. I'm gonna take just a little bit more on some trouble areas before I do concealer. And just kind of pat. That's what I'm gonna do with that instead. Because it just kind of keeps it in place more and doesn't spread it around when you're trying to, you know, focus on one area. Perfect. So then I'm gonna take just a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna take my NYX HD concealer. This is in lavender or purple, whatever, you can tell which one it is when it's in the store. And I'm not gonna overdo this because it can look like too much, but I'm just gonna dot, dot, dot. I'm not gonna take the triangle because it's a little harsh, dot, dot, dot. And not going for crazy like contour or anything. And then I'm gonna take my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is in 115 or N15. Dot, dot, dot. We're doing like equal parts here. So equal parts purple, equal parts normal. And some people do like a special brush for their concealer, but sometimes you can just make it work with your foundation brush. So now, since I just did that, I'm going to set it with my e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. This stuff is great. Looks like it comes in a little jar. And it just helps you. It's got a little bit of glitter in it, or not glitter, but like shimmer, but it's not like an inappropriate amount. And I'm not going to be using a highlight today, actually, so it really works out because a highlight, I don't have any matte highlights. If you have a matte highlight, I would say that you probably can wear a highlight, but I don't have any matte highlights and I don't want to like be looking like a disco ball up in the office, so I'm just gonna skip the highlight for now, for today. And just take a little bit more concealer on those little areas that I just need a little bit more coverage with. And again, foundation brush works just fine. I have concealer brushes, but sometimes I don't need 50 brushes to do something that one can do. So it's a lot more covered, and it's not like completely covered, but I'm not like a fiend about super intense coverage. I think I will be okay. So now I'm going to take my powder, and this is the e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder. It's just really any powder, just to set it. I'm actually going to take this e.l.f. This is actually a powder brush. Normally I would use a fluffier powder brush, but since I really want to make sure that it's staying in place, this foundation and my makeup long term, I'm going to use this and pat it on rather than using a fluffier brush, which will like be less coverage. Even though I don't need coverage with this color powder, it still just kind of locks it into place better. Perfect. So now we can move on to, so for blush, I'm going to use this really light chill this blush is so chill. This really light, just like it looks to me on the viewfinder a little bit darker than it is in person, but sometimes it looks alright on the computer, so I'm just gonna use this. And then I use my little domed brush for this, and this one is called Angel by NYX. It's really subtle, and it doesn't have any shimmer in it, so it's not going to like be inappropriate or like overdone. So then finally we're just gonna do the eyebrows. I'm gonna just, what am I looking for? I'm gonna comb them out first. I have some crazy ass eyebrows when they're like on their own, when they just get to do whatever they wanna do. But So I'm not going to fill them in because I kind of have a decent amount of eyebrow hair. But this is the NYX Control Freak Brow Gel, and I'm going to actually go the opposite way first and make this crazy ass looking brow to coat them and then go back the right way. And that kind of like locks them in and makes sure they're all getting the gel so that they're not going to go like crazy everywhere. So do the same thing with this guy, like for real. And then go down and back. This one is always like worse. I don't know why. We all have one good eyebrow and one bad one. Try and get a little bit more of an arch on this guy. Nice. Perfect. Nice. Nice. And then now I'm just going to take a mascara to finish it off, and then I will pretty much be done after setting spray. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Butterfly Mascara, and whichever one is the blackest. And I'm not going to apply falsies for work because that's a little bit overkill. That's opposite from my right hand, so that would be, I guess, my left eye, but probably my right eye to you. It always has like crazy lashes different than the other one, and I don't know why. Like, it always wants to give me issues compared to this eye. This eye is like the golden child. This eye is like, no, like, I'm so chill, you look great today, and this eye is like, fuck you, like, I'm gonna look crazy today, I hope you don't get the job. That's like what this eye is like. And I just go like this and do kind of like a circle motion. Or what I usually do is is X and then a T. So that's what I learned somewhere. Are you for real? What the fuck? Okay, spray. So for the lips, I am going to wear a lip color, but I'm not going to wear a gloss or anything because that is probably kind of a little bit much. But I'm going to wear Farida by ColourPop by Coffee Break with Danny. This is like probably my favorite nude color ever. Or, well, not really a nude, but like neutral. And that is it. I think this lip color really goes great with the kind of rose gold tones of the Naked 3 neutral shadows, and I think it's just really perfect for this look. I've got my little like baby hairs back here and I have to pin up. I'm so bad at pinning up my hair, like it's not even funny. But so that is the finished look for any kind of like office or work appropriate makeup, interview appropriate makeup that you could want or need. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this and that it can help you. Not only is this appropriate for work, but this is just a really nice neutral look that you could do for a date or for school or work. Really anything that you want. I have a creature here to say goodbye. So we will see you guys soon. He wanted to let you know that you should comment down below and tell us what your job is or what the best job you've ever had is. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this. I will see you guys soon. Bye! Say goodbye. Oh, I love you. That's so cute. Bye!